with meteorologist Zack.
5:17 on this Tuesday morning. Dense fog advisory for everybody this morning. This goes till 9 a.m. and it could be extended later than that, but I think we will eventually get rid of the fog, but it's going to be after your morning drive this morning. So this is the problem. When you step out the door, this is what you're looking at. I mean, when I drove in earlier this morning, it was just like this, and it looks like it's getting worse in Lake Charles. This is Lakeshore Drive. You can barely see it. And the Skycam is not that high up. So that goes to show you how thick that fog is out there this morning. Many spots reporting zero visibility, which is probably the worst it can get. It obviously is. It's zero visibility. Here's the good news is we have a lot of clouds up above that fog deck, and there's not much rain falling from those clouds. So I don't think it's going to be a wet drive into work, but the fog could always produce some, say, light mist or light showers at any point. That's always possible when you have a fog deck across the region. Temperatures, when you walk out the door, you know when you have fog, you have a lot of humidity, and look at these temperatures. Lake Charles, 66 degrees. That's a good 5 degrees warmer than our afternoon or our normal afternoon high at this time of year. 64 at Oakdale, DeRidder checking in at 65. But look at far to the north and west. You see how it gets a little bit blue up there? There's a front to our northwest, but it's a stalled front. It's not coming any closer to Southwest Louisiana. But today, I think we stay dry for much of the day. Once we get rid of the fog, we might actually see a few peaks of sun this afternoon. But notice during, say, about 3 or 4 o'clock, we start to get these little showers. And you see this boundary down across the Gulf? This is another surge of moisture. This is our next disturbance that's going to cause us some rain. As we go into tonight, that rain will likely move inland. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side, but I think the strong to severe threat is probably going to stay where this area low pressure is. Once we go into Wednesday, a good chance of rain, especially for the first half of the day, but then most of those storms are going to lift north, and right around, say, northern Mississippi, where that area low pressure is, that's where the greatest threat for severe weather will be. And I could show you some of the risk areas from the Storm Prediction Center. This is for tonight into your day on your Wednesday, and there's, say, a moderate risk to our north, and we're right on that cusp of a very low-end event. So 1 or 2 stronger storms could be possible, maybe some gusty winds or maybe an isolated tornado, but for the most part, it looks like the severe threat is going to stay to our north and west. 76 for this afternoon. Get used to it because the 70s, well, they're going to continue. Look at the 7-day forecast. 70s all the way through, and then there's an 80 on Saturday. That's probably going to be a record-breaking day Saturday. Eventually, we're going to get cooler weather by early next week, but notice these rain chances. They're going to stick around for the rest of the week and going to stick around for your Christmas holiday, but I think Wednesday's rain comes early in the day. We see a drying trend from Wednesday right on through Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve not looking bad, although it will not feel like Christmas Eve with those temperatures in the upper 70s. And then once we get to Christmas Day, we bring the showers back into the forecast, and then our next big storm system comes on Sunday, which might eventually finally get us back to normal and send our highs into the 60s with some cooler weather. But notice, you know, Christmas, say Thursday, Christmas Eve, Christmas night, 59. We might get a touch of slightly cooler and drier air. I want to emphasize slightly.
At least a little bit.
A little bit, but it's probably still going to be foggy, so.
May have to reset for the new year again.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it'll be a warm Christmas,
Right.
which is just 3 days away. And as you can imagine, the last-minute preparations in Santa's workshop are moving at a frantic pace.
Bob Riedel revisits